On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And here we are.
Geoffs. So we are back in town.
Live from the studio.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with your mic over there?
I don't know. Is someone else using it?
No. I wish. Fuck.
Oh, God. It feels good to be back in the office.
Oh, we are in the office. We're back in our natural habitat.
Oh, man. We have just been all over.
Been all over the place. Oh, I was laughing because I have been carrying my little iPad around everywhere. So I did not use that iPad for months. Like, my dad bought it for me for my last birthday because he always just buys us whatever gadgets and things.
Mm-hmm.
And so he bought me this iPad, and I use it sometimes, but mostly I use them for when we do our live shows because that's where we keep our notes.
Oh, mine is strictly my alarm clock, like a second alarm clock. Until we're on tour, and then I'm on it all the time.
Oh, well, since we've been home, I've been like, you know what? This is actually more convenient to bring around. So in the kitchen, when I'm cooking, I have it just set up in my kitchen, and it's so nostalgic feeling because everyone used to have television, like those little TVs in their kitchens. And I remember being at my grandparents' all the time in the kitchen, and there was always a TV playing the news or whatever. And I kind of love it. I feel like it's just the future version of that.
Absolutely. I know. You know what I started playing? I can't even talk about it. Never mind. I'm going to be one of those
Candy
weird...
Crush?
No, I'm going to be one of those weird Facebook ladies.
You are.
Gardenscapes.
Oh, God. What is that?
There's like puzzles and stuff. It's cool. Like, it's kind of my wind down at night, you know? I get into bed. Instead of scrolling TikTok, I just play a little bit of Gardenscapes because the mansion that I'm in needs a lot of work. So I'm like doing a lot of gardening and puzzles.
Till probably 5 a.m, just cracked out on your phone.
Yesterday I played it and I spent $20. I was like, nope, no more. So I deleted it off my phone.
Madison.
I know. I needed coins.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
You can't do that.
Honey, I couldn't get past this level.
Geoffs, please never spend your real money on phone games.
Ever. I know. Ever. So I deleted it.
Well, you know who else needs a little wind down is this squirrel from Germany.
Is this the porn squirrel?
No.
Okay.
What?
Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
Cut it?
No. I mean, I don't know. Squirrel, you say?
Moving on. Well, actually, speaking of squirrels, when we were in fucking Austin, we went into Allen's Boots down there on South Congress.
Oh, yeah.
And there was like taxidermy squirrels smoking cigarettes and shit.
They were like $500.
And worth every penny. I love it. If I had room in my suitcase, I would have bought them.
Oh, Hot Dog would have hated that.
Good taxidermy is expensive. It's worth the money. That's actually a deal, I'd say.
Okay.
But Hot Dog hates them, so. No, but I came across this article, and this is from the Associated Press. It says, uncooperative squirrel freed from manhole cover. And it just reminded me of our storm drain girly. This is from Berlin. It says, firefighters say they have freed an uncooperative squirrel that was stuck in a manhole cover in Western Germany, echoing a similar incident that happened in the same city 4 years ago.
Wow.
The Dortmund Fire Department said it was alerted to a distressed red squirrel by a pedestrian on Monday afternoon after she spotted its head peering out of the hole on the road. The woman covered it with a scarf to calm it down before calling for help. A crew of firefighters who arrived at the scene carefully removed the manhole cover and tried to free the rodent. This turned out to be quite complicated as the squirrel was uncooperative, according to the fire department. After further attempts, the crew was able to extract the animal unharmed and it vanished up a nearby tree. Look at it. She's like, oh my God, get me out of here.
Oh no! Squirrels are fucking cute.
She lived to see another day.
Oh, God love her. Wait, okay, so Easter just happened.
Uh-huh.
You know what we watched at Easter?
What?
Well, first we watched my sister on Supermarket Sweep in the
Love
90s.
it.
Okay, loved it. And then we pulled up the video of her in a storm drain.
Oh, yeah, when she was on...
It was called Worst Case Scenario. And she was telling the story that she was approached after she walked out of the gym and they were asking her, like, what are some of her biggest fears? And I never knew this, but she said she thought she was going to be buried alive. And she was like, still went and was like, okay, because it was this show that like puts you in these worst case scenarios, right? And they teach you how to get out of them. And she was on an episode where they put her into a storm drain in LA. She had to walk 2 football field lengths, filled it with rats.
Oh, I would hate it.
She just fucking lost it.
I would lose my mind.
I know.
That's why you don't go down there.
I know.
I am an above ground kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be not down there.
I know, but God, it made for some good television.
Oh, yeah.
The early 2000s. Oh, God.
That was like the peak of good TV. Like, remember even on American Idol and stuff, they would have like the crazies come on every once in a while and it was always fucking wild. But then as time went on, people realized that got you attention. So then people deliberately act like wild so that they can get on TV and stuff.
Reality TV felt real.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't, it felt real.
And now it just doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I remember I went to middle school with this girl, and it was when Laguna Beach was on.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, my cousin's a writer for Laguna Beach. And I was like,
What
do you mean? Laguna Beach is real. And she's like, I mean, they write like the situations and stuff. They would script things sometimes. I remember it blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I know. It's such a crazy TV format.
Oh, well, you want to know something else? House Hunters is not real.
Oh, yeah.
I think I told you about this. There was this woman who used to come into my work when I lived in the Bay Area, and she had like a neighbor who was on the show or whatever, and she was giving me the whole lowdown of how they were already living in the house they would choose by the time they actually went and filmed the show. They would just find houses that were like kind of similar, I guess.
Wow.
Allegedly, I don't know. I love all those shows. I got stuck on one not that long ago. I binged a few episodes of it, and it was like people buying island properties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Dreamy. I can only dream.
Oh, man, I know.
Buying an island far, far away. Throwing my phone into the ocean.
Get us out of here.
Oh, please.
Oh, please. Okay, I have a great listener email.
Let's hear it.
It says, hello, my favorite Geoffs. I found your awesome podcast via the Girls from Morbid. My name is Natalie. Feel free to use my name if you read this on the pod. I was born and raised in Torrance, but now live in a small town an hour north of Dallas. My mom is buried at Green Hill Cemetery in Palos Verdes on a hill overlooking the LA Harbor.
Beautiful.
To you SoCal babes. Oh, we know exactly where that is.
Oh, we know.
Honey, I was born at Torrance Memorial.
You were.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up in those neck of the woods.
Yeah. A little backstory for context. My mom and her cancer died on December 1st, 1991.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, I'm sorry. When she was 41 and I was 17.
Wow.
Wow. Anywho, my mom made the genius decision not to tell anyone she was dying. So when she slipped into a coma and died, it took me by surprise. There began my lifelong battle with trust issues and hypochondria. Well, I don't blame you.
Don't fucking blame you at all. And also that's where, well, I don't have that same situation at all, but I definitely feel like all of my health anxiety stems from losing my parents
Mm-hmm.
unreasonably young.
Right. Absolutely. Fast forward to her wake. My mom was a saucy redhead who had no filter.
Oh, I love it.
I know. I had my first out-of-body experience as I entered the viewing room into the mortuary. It felt like I was watching myself in a movie. I made my way to the open casket, fully prepared for my mom's signature jump scare that never came.
Oh.
To my horror, the mortuary had put hot pink lipstick on her.
Oh, no.
No pun intended, but my mom would have died if she knew she was wearing hot pink
Fuck.
lipstick. So without a second thought, I wiped the garish lipstick off her very firm lips and proceeded to apply my Clinique rum raisin lipstick to her lips. I
Aw.
love that rum raisin Clinique. That is old school and it's fucking good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just still here wondering. I'm like, who was it? The dad that let them put the hot pink lipstick? Like, what was her favorite color lipstick? He's like, I don't know, pink or something.
Yeah, totally. Cue the record scratch and audible gasps from everyone in the very crowded room. Oh shit. Well, I'm no makeup artist, and as you could have guessed, I jacked my mom's makeup all up.
Oh no.
Did you know that your nose hairs lay down after you die?
Oh, I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's to protect your like nasal cavities, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, it does, and it left my mom with a small mustache.
Oh no.
No. After the makeup fiasco, I left the mortuary a list of changes that needed to be made to my mom. Trim her nose hair mustache, fix her lipstick, no pink lipstick, and she needs more eyeshadow. She didn't leave the house without her face on.
Oh.
But my shenanigans were not over, not by a long shot. The next day after her funeral, I managed to end up at the very back of the car procession to the gravesite, and that was just unacceptable to me. So I decided to pull out of the car line on the left and fly past all of the cars, including the hearse.
She said, I'm beating you.
I raced through the cemetery loop like a bat out of hell until I was at the back of the line again. This time I passed everyone on the left until I cut in line right behind the hearse. I'm sure my very patient stepdad, Roy, was just shaking his head at all of my antics. Thankfully, my family knew I was having a hard time and didn't say a word to me about any of it. Lastly, I have been holding on to a pair of my mom's pajamas for 30 years.
Oh.
And recently I had them made into Mickey Mouse ears to add to my collection. How cool.
I love that.
My mom was the first person who introduced me to Disneyland and made it a special occasion when we went.
Oh.
Now I am a full-blown Disney addict. I have attached pictures of my ear collection and my Great Danes, Lilibeth Goosington and Violet Beauregard. I love you, Geoffs, Philippies, and OBITCHs. I could only dream of a friendship like yours. If you could find me a BFF, that would be great. XOXO, Natalie.
Oh, Natalie, we'll be your BFFs.
We will be your BFFs.
BSFs. Best shitty friends. We'll see you once a week, babe. Every Thursday at 12 p.m. and we'll do the talking.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for sharing that
I
sweet
know.
story.
That was such a sweet story. Thank you.
Okay, wait. Going back to Easter for a second, I have to tell you about my experience taking hot dog to meet the Easter bunny.
Yes.
So, fuck. We got to the mall. And it was like an hour before closing or whatever. And I always like to be quick. And they were like, oh, did you want to do a picture? Because I was peeking around. I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I think I'll do it.
Yeah.
I tried to see if just hot dog could do it. And they were like, no, you have to hold it. So I was like, okay. And it's a good fucking thing I did because hot dog did not like the Easter bunny.
The Easter bunny was creepy looking.
It was creepy looking. Someone actually DM'd me. I didn't respond, sorry, but DM'd me a picture of the same Easter bunny at their mall in like Tennessee or something.
Oh.
Or maybe Philadelphia, I don't know, somewhere. So hot dog's growling at the fucking Easter bunny. I'm holding her back. The Easter bunny was not nice.
Really?
Yeah, Easter bunny, if you're listening, you know who you are. You weren't very nice.
Why? What happened?
Just seemed annoyed the whole time and didn't wave, nothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pissed off, which, we all have our days, but I felt hot dog's rage. I almost growled at her too. I said hi to them because I wanted to like have an experience, but they just were not about it. And I was like, you know what? You should be fucking happy that a puppy is about to sit down next to you. Because you probably have annoying kids all day.
All day.
That are pulling on you and screaming.
Well, the picture looked cute. Looked great.
I brought you a printout.
You said stick it on your refrigerator.
So this is for your refrigerator, Madison. I hope it's on there next time I come over.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of assholes.
Oh, baby.
Uh-huh.
Even buddies can be assholes.
They sure can. We don't care about the species. We're going to talk about you, all right? Okay, so this first one says, am I the asshole for telling my younger sister to either tidy up her messy hair or she won't be allowed to attend our grandfather's funeral?
I don't like this already.
A little while back, our beloved grandfather passed away. He lived a very long and happy life. He was 98 years old. That's a good one. So rather than having a mournful funeral, my parents wanted the event to be more of a celebration of Grandpa's life. I, 24-year-old male, was at my parents' house for the weekend in order to attend our grandfather's funeral. I and my parents were all ready and waiting for my 14-year-old sister, Christina. We usually just call her Chris to hurry up. Chris used to be a sweet person, but nowadays she fancies herself a cool rebel. In reality, she's a bit of a brat. She's 14. Okay, let it go. You're 24.
Come on.
Chris came downstairs and her hair was unacceptably messy. Actually, her hair is always long and messy. However, our mother and grandmother insist that her untidy hair makes her look cute, and so Chris just keeps it this way. Okay, so nobody has a problem with this except for you, weirdo.
Who made you the hairstylist to the stars?
Yeah, let's see your hair, anonymous brother. I know it sounds weird, but I felt like the least my little sister could do was straighten her hair out and look more formal and respectful. I wasn't in the mood to deal with her usual bullshit that day, so I bluntly told her to tidy up her hair or don't come to the funeral. My sister responded by swearing at me, and I got into a short but vicious verbal fight with her. You are a 24-year-old man fighting with your 14-year-old sister. Grow up. In the end, Chris was crying, and she was furious at me, as were both of my parents. We all arrived at the funeral somewhat late, and Christina was the only one in our family who was crying during the funeral.
Okay.
So am I the asshole for telling her to tidy her? Yeah, you're the fucking asshole.
The last thing you need to worry about is hair.
On a hard day like that, especially when you're 14, this could be her first loss that she's navigating. She was the only one crying at the funeral. Like, come on.
You're a bitch.
Yeah. You need to come to the obituary boot camp. We'll fucking show you where a brush grows, brother. Okay?
Yeah. Like, remember that show Scared Straight?
Yes.
Oh, honey.
I used to not be allowed to watch certain things on TV, like anything trashy, basically. And I sometimes, like if I was sick or something, I'd stay home and I'd watch Maury. And I loved when the bad teenagers would come on and they would get sent to the boot camps and they'd have the hat on and they'd be like, you think this is a fucking game?
Yep.
You think life is a game? And they'd bring him to the prison and the prisoners would all be like, you're gonna fucking get fucked up in here, bitch. Loved it.
I loved it too.
But now looking back, I'm like, it's probably such a horrible way to handle your child being problematic as putting them on TV and sending them to boot camp.
Absolutely.
This next one says, am I the asshole for publicly humiliating my grieving uncle?
Okay.
We're on a roll. I, female 17, lost my dad, 53, recently, and it sucks. He wanted to die at home, and despite having amazing hospice carers supporting us, it meant my family did a lot of the caring. My stepmom is honestly some kind of superhero for everything she did, and me and my brother, 23, tried to help as much as we could. I missed school to sit in with him so my stepmom could go out of the house, and stayed at night so she could sleep. Me and my mom picked up prescriptions and delivered it to them, and I cleaned the house so that my stepmom had less to worry about and could focus on my dad. Sweet. Well, my uncle, my dad's brother, hasn't really done anything. My dad has 2 brothers, and the eldest visited him every week despite living about 2 hours away and nearing 70 years old. His other brother lives about a 15-minute walk away, if that. After Dad became bedbound in early 2023, he stopped visiting due to shielding from COVID. It's important to mention that he doesn't have or live with anyone who has a medical condition that would require him to be careful about getting COVID. My dad didn't say anything about it, but the one time I pressed press the issue slightly, it became clear that my dad was sad that his brother wasn't seeing him. I'm not completely sure I believe the COVID story, and my mom suggested that maybe he's just scared to see his brother in that condition, which is understandable. It definitely is upsetting to see, but I can't help but feel like no matter how he feels, my dad felt far worse. Even if seeing him in person was too much, couldn't he call him and speak to him? If the COVID story was true, my dad's bed was downstairs. He could have waved through the window occasionally. Even a text would have been good enough, but he didn't even do that. Just went no contact for no reason, and despite being close before that. The day after my dad died, my uncle has this long, self-pitying message on Facebook about how hard losing a younger brother is and how difficult the last few months have been. The comments were full of loving and supporting messages wishing him well, and I don't deny that losing a brother must be horrible, but the comment about the past few months made me so angry. Yeah, past few months when you couldn't send my dad or stepmom a text, the past few months when our lives got turned upside down while he sat at home twiddling his thumbs, I left a scathing comment saying pretty much that, and a particularly hurtful comment about how my dad's last memory of him would have been how he let my dad down. Fuck. I'm not proud of it, but I wanted him to be upset. I don't understand why he gets to be the poor mourning brother when his actions haven't shown any regard for our family. My auntie, his wife, has left my mom a voicemail, which my mom won't tell me what she said. I know it was bad, and I regret the really bad comment, but why does he deserve sympathy when it's been up to everyone else to actually do the caring?
Wow.
So they want to know if they're the asshole for basically leaving the comments that publicly humiliated their grieving uncle. And I'll say yeah in regards to that specific circumstance. I think that's unnecessary.
Right. To that specific, yes. But
every right to be upset.
And I do think sometimes people, whether they're grieving or not, maybe need a kick in the ass. Like, you weren't around. Like, what's going on? Either you make it up now. Even, I mean, I know the dad or the brother has passed away, but like, you know, you could still be a part of this family.
Part of me wondered if the COVID stuff was too, like, the brother was worried about giving COVID to the dad. Not getting COVID himself, because it seems like it's only looked at from that perspective.
Okay, wow. That like blew my mind. Okay.
That was my first thought, because I'm sure the daughter, you're probably in this pit of grief and it's fucking overwhelming. You're 17, you lose your dad and it sucks. And it sounds like the uncle could have done a lot more, but part of me did wonder that.
But what about a text or a call?
Yeah.
Or a wave through the window, like she said.
Something. But death does do really strange things to people. And I'm not excusing it.
No, I know.
I think he should have been more
active
and around, especially if they were close before. But I do think that maybe he dissociated because he was like, I
couldn't handle it.
It kills me to see you like this.
Yeah.
Not that it's right.
No, I know.
But
and it seems like she's angry and he's kind of a good scapegoat.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Losing your father. It's deeper than just assholes.
Yes.
Right?
But it is asshole-ish to comment that on a public forum like that. It's better to just probably send a text like, listen, I saw your Facebook post and I just want you to know that it's really a bummer to me, or really, I was so disappointed that you weren't really there the last couple months.
When people air their shit on social media or like make rude comments, like it's embarrassing.
Oh, it's like the exact opposite of what they used to do back in the day, where people didn't talk about anything and they like their families very much showed face and were like, everything's good over here. Now people, I mean, we have people in common that are fucking wild online with what they post.
Wild.
And we talk about it, okay? Because guess what? If you're going to put it out there, it's up for public discussion.
We're going to talk about it, okay?
We won't leave mean or rude comments.
No.
But we're going to talk about it in private.
We need to all find a healthy balance.
Yes, we're all about healthy balance, which is why we're changing the name of this podcast to the Healthy Balance Podcast. We're your healthy balance, Spencer Henry.
Madison Reyes. We love butter.
Yeah, healthy balance butter. No, I love fucking real butter. I'll say that. Sorry.
A Kerrygold butter. Oof.
The what?
Kerrygold.
Honey the who.
The best butter.
I just always get the Tillamook one. Because I do Tillamook cheese, and I feel like...
I do Tillamook cheese also, but Kerrygold butter.
Is that the Irish-looking one? Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day to her. Love her.
So good.
All right. Well, I'm up first this week. You got a side bitch for us?
I do, and it is a sweet one. It actually went viral a few years ago, and I can't believe we've never read it because it's a good one. And it was written by this person's brother. Karen, December 9th, 1959 to September 5th, 2021. A special sister. In memory of my sister who never had wants or misgivings. She was born with cerebral palsy and could never speak more than 3 words. Number 1, mom. Number 2, Donald's. She loved McDonald's.
Aw, we love a McDonald's girly.
And 3, piano. She loved music. The past 2 years with COVID made seeing her beyond difficult. Only recently were we getting back to normal. Our father passed in 2007 and our mother this year, May 2021. On my last outing with Karen, we took a sunny bike ride. She laughed and clapped her hands. When we stopped by the lake for a picnic lunch, Karen said, Mom, Mom. I held her and told her, Mom is not here anymore. Karen, totally out of the norm, put her head on my shoulder and tears ran down her cheek. Yes, she understood. 2 weeks later, she passed away. I think she really wanted to be with Mom.
Oh my God.
I know. Karen, I wish I could have made you laugh one more time. I needed you to. Love, your brother Eric. Thank you to all that helped in Karen's care for so many years at Valley Village and Tierra del Sol.
Oh my God.
I know.
So sweet. I feel
So
like I've
sweet.
seen the picture before.
They used like an older picture of her in a McDonald's.
Love it. Yes.
Outfit.
Oh, that's sweet.
So sweet. Oh, I love sibling love. Oh, is that gross?
Oh.
Not like that. Oh my God, get your mind out of the gutter.
I can't. It's where I thrive. It's where I come to you guys every week from the gutters. Okay. Oh my God. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
God.
12 years old.
Yes.
All right.
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Perfect. Okay. We'll take a quick break and then we'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin?
All right, Madison. I am talking about mortality salience this week.
Oh.
Which is something I find fascinating as it comes up pretty frequently in our world.
Mm-hmm.
We've met so many of you Geoffs in person lately, and it's been incredible hearing all of your amazing stories, but nothing hits home quite as hard as hearing we've made you feel more comfortable with the idea of death. Because, let's be honest, death is fucking terrifying.
Yes.
We know so much about it, especially doing this show. I feel like we've learned so much about death, more than I ever thought I would know about it. Yet we still know nothing about
nothing.
We know nothing about dying. We're like, we really don't know, and we won't know until we experience it.
Right.
But you know that feeling, this is what got me onto this. You know that feeling when you think about dying and then all of a sudden you're spiraling like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? What happens when we die? What's it actually going to be like? It's going to happen to me. Like,
yeah. Oh, I block it out. But I do go down spirals of like, what if there's just nothing? But we wouldn't know there's nothing because nothing, you know?
It kind of puts that like pressure on your chest of like, what's going to happen? And that's kind of what mortality salience is all about. Mortality we're all familiar with, but salience is defined in psychology as distinctive or prominent. So these prominent or distinctive feelings about death.
Okay.
According to the National Institute of Health, mortality salience, or awareness of the inevitability of one's own death, generates a state of anxiety that triggers a defense mechanism for the control of thinking that affects human activities and psychological processes. So basically, mortality salience is kind of like your response and like how you react to the fact that we know we're inevitably going to die.
Okay.
And it's overwhelming. And honestly, I was thinking about it when I was researching it, and it's kind of a relatable way to express what anxiety feels like for maybe people that don't experience it a lot or as in-depth as others.
Okay.
Because I think we can all be familiar with the feeling of it's scary thinking I'm going to die one day. And like I was saying, like the chest pressure, like that swallowing feeling of impending doom or waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Right.
And that is just anxiety. Mortality salience is often brought to light by the terror management theory or brought into conversation with the terror management theory. And we've talked about thanatophobia before, which is in essence death anxiety, but more of a deep-rooted fear surrounding the process of dying itself, like the act of dying. Mortality salience is highly manipulated by your self-esteem. So people with low self-esteem more often experience the effects of mortality salience, whereas individuals with higher self-esteem are typically better able to cope with the idea that their death is uncontrollable.
Wow. That's interesting because self-esteem has nothing to do with the afterlife, it seems like. Like it's crazy.
It's more so, I think, just about
how you cope and
like how comfortable you are with yourself, how comfortable you are in life. It was interesting because I was thinking about it, and I definitely like fluctuate with my comfortability, but I would say overall, I've always been more comfortable with the idea that nothing will happen after death. I mean, we've talked about it before.
I have a comfortability of thinking something will happen.
Yeah. I mean, listen, whatever gets you through it, okay?
And I'm not talking Jesus, honey. I'm talking just kind of like living, but just not. And just being able to do whatever I want.
Love it.
And floating around and just like entering people's homes.
Mortality salience. Mortality salience usually develops when an individual becomes more aware of the inevitability of death. They will instinctively try to suppress this thought out of fear. This behavior may range from simply thinking about death to the development of severe phobias and desperate behavior, at least according to Ernest Becker, who sort of came up with the concept of the terror management theory in his 1973 nonfiction, The Denial of Death. The theory itself was officially developed by a group of social psychologists, Jeff Greenberg, Sheldon Solomon, and Tom Pazinski, who expanded on this in a book in 2015 called The Worm at the Core. There's many different ways that mortality salience can come about. Exposure to gory accident footage, death anxiety questionnaires, proximity, like being in a vicinity where there's a funeral home or a cemetery, which I feel like is vaguely similar to thanatophobia. But I'm also like, it's pushed in your face everywhere constantly. Like even scrolling TikTok, they're showing horrific footage from accidents and stuff. And I'm just like, that's the part where I'm like, we're all just fucked up because of the age of the internet. We're exposed to so much on a daily basis. And I know we've talked about this before, but even news and stuff, like the amount that we're constantly inundated with news and bad stories, especially during the fucking pandemic. We were all, I feel like, glued to our phones and the TV, like, what's going on? The psychological effects are probably going to last a lifetime.
It's weird because I think for many people, it has scared them, obviously. And like for many people, it's just fully desensitized them.
Yeah.
Like me. I feel desensitized to a lot of things.
Well, yeah. I mean, because again, we experience so much of it on a daily basis. Psychology Today did a really good breakdown of terror management theory, writing that nearly everyone fears death, but how that fear influences human thinking and behavior is the focus of terror management theory, also known as TMT. According to TMT, death anxiety drives people to adopt worldviews that protect their self-esteem, worthiness, and sustainability and allow them to believe that they play an important role in a meaningful world. Some of these views lead to troubling actions. According to TMT, people need to insulate themselves from their deep fear of living an insignificant life destined to be erased by death. One path to address this fear is to assure themselves that they are part of an important group. This desire to reinforce cultural significance in the face of death often results in displays of prejudice based on the belief that the group with which one identifies is superior to the others, which is kind of like culty to me. Like, and I think what drives a lot of people to join cults is like that sense of superiority. Like, I'm part of the only people that are going to survive the ending of this world. In this way, people confirm their self-importance, at least to themselves. TMT also proposes that individuals are motivated to develop close relationships within their own cultural group in order to convince themselves that they will somehow live on, if only symbolically, after their inevitable death. While some of the foundational studies on which TMT is based have failed to replicate, thereby drawing criticism within the field of psychology, the framework continues to resonate for many. Most psychologists consider TMT to be a sort of evolutionary trait. Humans naturally become aware of dangerous threats as a means of preserving their lives and continuing their gene pool. The deep existential anxiety that comes from that knowledge is an unfortunate byproduct of this evolutionary advantage. What was most fascinating to me was learning about the different ways that this can affect a person's everyday life, from their religiosity to their personal politics. I mean, there was the whole culty bit, but Psychology Today also reported like the awareness of our mortality terrifies us, according to TMT, and forces us to adapt to it in some way. Some individuals avoid thinking about it at all, which I'm sure we can all relate to. Like, I'm not going to think about this right now. I need to shift my attention away. While others will devote their energy to leaving a legacy that could make them immortal. This could manifest in a heightened desire to start a family or a stronger belief in the afterlife. Terror management theory suggests that large groups and even entire societies may make decisions or put them off primarily to gain comfort from avoiding thoughts of death or reassurance that their ideas will live on after they're gone. Research finds that this plays out in some unexpected ways, both beneficial and potentially hazardous. But what I think about a lot is I came across a few studies when I was looking into the topic as a whole, and it was talking about like how men will sometimes get the urge, like, I need to have a child because I need something to live on after I die. Like, I can't be forgotten. A core element of terror management theory is that humans will go to great lengths to avoid thinking about the mortality, and this may be one reason it's so difficult for societies to take action on global warming, because individuals may derive some psychological comfort from the denial of climate change, but counterintuitively, doing so could jeopardize the survival of the species.
Right.
So it's like a whole fear thing that like, okay, well, climate change can't be real because that means that the world's going to end and I'll be forgotten and all my loved ones will be forgotten. I started reading a death study. I linked it in the show notes from the National Library of Medicine that said 2 studies examined death anxiety across the adult years, because I was interested in like the statistics, like are men more scared of dying? Are women more scared of dying? And in this study, 304 men and women between 18 and 87 years old completed the Call It Lester Fear of Death scale. Death anxiety tended to peak in both men and women during their 20s, which I thought was interesting, and then declined significantly thereafter.
Oh.
And I think your 20s are typically a time of really trying to figure it out and like, what am I doing with my life? Like, am I on the right path so far? Am I going towards the job, the house, the marriage where I thought I'd be? The study was interesting because it also said that women displayed a secondary spike during their 50s that was not seen in men.
Oh.
Which is interesting too, because I wonder if that correlates to, I mean, it's clearly kind of misogynistic because it's societal, but I feel like that's typically the age where women start going through menopause. And I wonder if that correlates, like the fact that I'm no longer able to birth children on this earth, like am I leaving a legacy? I don't know.
I was thinking like that's when a majority of, if you follow the normal like the quote unquote normal, we know nothing's normal, but the like go to college, out of college, you get married, then you have kids. And then by, when you're in your 50s, everyone's out of the house.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe
that makes sense too.
But biologically, menopause absolutely is kind of around that time.
Well, they did a second study where they said that 113 women between 18 and 85 years old completed the death anxiety scale, and death anxiety explained the same bimodal distribution and significant decline with age seen in the first study. The results suggested that more emphasis should be placed on the cause of increased death anxiety among 20-year-olds and on why women, but not men, experience a second anxiety spike during their 50s. I just thought it was interesting because when I started looking into the ages and stuff, I would have figured that the people most concerned about death would be the older generation.
Yeah.
Because I've also read studies where they say that that's why a lot of older people tend to turn to religion or they turn to God or become born again Christians because they have this feeling of like, okay, it could be coming soon, and I just in case, almost like a just in case situation.
Totally. I do feel like though I've met so many older people that are just like, okay.
Oh, my grandma Ursula would always say, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's like, fucking, come on, let's do this. even though I have health anxiety, I don't feel like I have a ton of fear of dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've talked through my anxiety with many a therapist and psychiatrist of my lifetime, and I feel like it's usually rooted more so in, like, not wanting to let people down or, like, being scared of other people being sad or hurt or whatever.
Well, also the precursors to dying are the scary things.
Yeah, honey.
Like a terrible disease or,
a tragic
horrific
accident.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through it.
Those are the scary things.
Oh, Lord, let me just drop dead in my sleep one night. That's all I ask. Putting it out there now.
What if that's the worst way to go?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, we know a thing or two about a thing or two, and it typically seems more relaxing to go that way than being thrown into a fucking wood chipper or shot through a cannon. I don't know.
You know what? Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, God. But yeah, I was just like, I wanted to know. I'm like, what is that feeling called? Or like, what is the psychological term for when you're sitting there and you're like spiraling about death?
Yeah.
Apparently that's it.
Wow. I can't believe we haven't talked about that before because that's such a...
It's like, I feel like it's just the thing. Like,
yeah, but it's hard to put a name on it, and now we've got it.
It's also funny how easy, I mean, for me at least, I spiral about a lot of things just on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I can sit there and I can start being like, I'm getting freaked out by the idea of dying and immediately shift away from it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why can't I do that with everything?
I know. It's crazy. Why do I sit and even right now here, I'm like, are all the doors locked at home? But I could be like, I'm going to die one day. Okay.
I mean, that is the mentality to have, though, most of the time. That's kind of like the opposite end of it, where you're like, whenever I do start thinking about things too much or I overthink things, I'm like, please, I'm going to die one day. What do I care?
I know. But we're control freaks, I think, with a lot of things.
And we're humans.
Yeah.
So
what, are we supposed to be excited?
I mean, maybe if we knew what was going on afterwards.
I know.
Please.
It's like a blind date, and I don't know if I'm going to like it.
Yeah, death is a blind date, honey. We're copywriting that. Death is a blind date.
Truly.
I fucking love that. And it's true. I'd feel more comfortable if I knew. I mean, even if there was nothing, I'd feel more comfortable knowing.
Let's just tell us.
Don't make us do life again. I'm asking for that. Okay, honey, I do not want to. I'm not doing this again. I am ready to get off the horse. Send me to the ranch in the sky. I'm not trying to fucking do this again.
I'd do it again.
You would?
Yeah.
All of life. What if you had to live the same life that you're living right now? You'd do it again?
If I had a little more wisdom, I'd be prom queen.
But you won't.
Oh.
It's just the same life.
I'll be miserable. Oh, just like, knowing what you know now, if you could go back.
I still don't think I would.
Rule the world. Oh, I would.
What if you didn't have an option, though, and it was like, we're going to send you back to 3rd grade?
Please send me.
You'd go?
Yeah.
100%?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Halili was my 3rd grade teacher, and he was sick.
Oh, well, I'll miss you, because I'm not going back, honey. I'm not getting in the time machine. Okay.
Maybe I could really focus and get a real education and come back a little more educated.
Oh, God. Well, we're going to take a quick break to think about our imminent deaths.
Mm-hmm.
And when we come back, we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin.
Okay.
We'll be right back. All right, girlie, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Alrighty, so as you guys know, we've been on tour, and while we were in Portland, I got a special visit from my in-laws who just recently moved there. They came to our show, but beforehand, I had to warn them. I was like, listen, I'm going to talk about some wieners. You're going to see some dead people. Like I had to give them the disclaimer, and they were like, we're ready for it, and just pretend like we're not there. They ended up loving the show, and the next day I got a voice note from my mother-in-law. Here it is.
Is this little town in Mexico? It calls Guanajuato. You should check it out. It called Las Momias de Guanajuato. And there's a lot of stories there.
I love it.
I love it. She fully just got the vibe. And so I had to take a look at Las Momias de Guanajuato. So our story begins in Guanajuato, Mexico in the 1800s. During that time, there was a cholera pandemic happening. It was happening from like 1829 to 1851. And in the 1830s, because of the outbreak, there was a need for more cemeteries and also a need to bury diseased bodies quickly. Little to no embalming done whatsoever. Then, in 1865, there was a law enacted in Guanajuato that made people pay grave taxes.
Oh.
So if you were buried in one of the cemeteries there, you needed to pay a fee, or your family or loved ones needed to pay a fee.
What happens if you don't? They gonna take your body out?
Exactly.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Oh, fuck. All right. Good confidence for that.
There was a yearly fee, and I guess if you missed it like 3 years in a row, then they were like, sorry.
I'm honestly, with the way fucking society is now, I'm surprised that they don't do this. Like, oh yeah, actually, we raised the cemetery prices. You're gonna have to come pay, or we're gonna have to move up."
Inflation, honey. Well, I understand there are costs and fees when choosing a burial plot or tomb. I think it's fucked up to just apply this to people that are already buried. Like, can't we just grandfather the people that are already buried in?
Let me grandfather my great grandfather. Okay, he's been there for a long time.
God. Well, they weren't grandfathered in. The people who were buried whose loved ones couldn't pay the grave tax were dug up.
My God.
This is where it gets interesting. We have covered quite a few stories of mummies, but this one feels different because we're about to meet some mummies that only had a few years to mummify and not hundreds of years or centuries. Okay?
She was barely mummied?
She was barely mummied. So picture a body that was buried or interred in a tomb without any embalming or little to no embalming. Could you imagine digging them up only a few years after being buried? We would assume, right, that it would just be like bones left. But in Guanajuato, they didn't know this, but the soil and the climate was so incredibly dry that it would preserve bodies incredibly well.
Oh.
I'm talking preserved tongues.
Perfect.
Also, I'll post some of these pictures, but some of these people's eyeballs oozed out of their head, and it didn't leave like sockets, right? It left like these hangy, dry bags.
Oh my God. I have enough bags in this
Oh
lifetime.
my God. Okay, pubic hair also, that was still all intact. Because these bodies weren't just dust and bones.
What about the hair on their heads? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
only want to talk about?
Yes. Facial hair. I mean, God, all of it. So because these bodies weren't just dust and bones, but full-blown mummies, the grave diggers stored them in an ossuary, which was underground.
Wait, so I just need clarification really quick. So these people being dug up were all people whose families didn't pay the taxes?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
And most of the people were buried very quickly because of the cholera outbreak.
Ugh.
Okay. But because they weren't just like bones, they were mummies. They stored them in an ossuary at the cemetery because they were like, well, first of all, we have full-blown mummies. Second of all, what if their family wants to come back around and pay that tax and then we'll rebury them? It's wild.
Fucked up.
Fucked up. So word started getting out, and by the 1900s, the ossuary turned into like this low-key tourist attraction. People who worked in the cemetery would charge people like a few pesos to come and check out the body.
Oh, God.
You got to see a picture of what it looked like in 1910.
Fuck. Talk about dark tourism.
I know. So this is what it looked like in 1910. Look at all these bodies just
Leaning up on the walls.
Because it gained traction, like word of mouth, all of that, it became like a super popular tourist attraction.
And I love that they're like, oh, we've got our money, but we still won't bury these people again.
I know. In 1958, the grave tax law was abolished. So no more digging up these bodies was happening. But Back in the 1890s, they already had a ton of bodies already dug up. And then in 1969, the ossuary became a full-blown museum called El Museo de las Momias, meaning the Museum of Mummies. And today there are over 100 mummies in the museum, all displayed behind glass and taken better care of. But let's chat a little bit about the folks on display. The first mummy to have been dug up was Dr. Remigio Leroy, and he was dug up June 9th, 1865. He was a French doctor, and he was just visiting Mexico, and he died there. His family probably didn't even know that he was buried there or this tax that evicted him from his grave. Like, they were probably not contacted because he was just visiting. He was really the one where once he was dug up and looked, really well preserved, even still wearing a suit and having facial hair, I think the people there were like, okay, what's going on here? Because they didn't know that this would happen.
No, they're like, okay, let us take a closer look here.
I did read that he is considered sort of like the founder of the museum because he was the first. So here he is. I'll post his picture, but he's still in his suit and everything.
Oh, handsome. He looks kind of like Nicolas Cage.
Perfect. Yeah, he kind of does. Honestly, he still has his teeth, everything. Looking good, Mr. Leroy. The youngest mummy is housed there. It's wild. There is a large section of babies in this ossuary.
Oh, no.
Yeah, all in their burial outfits, fully just babies, fully mummified. But there was a picture that I saw of this woman mummy next to a baby. The woman mummy looked like she was pregnant. It turns out that this woman mummy was probably in her 40s, and the baby wasn't like a toddler or a baby. It was actually her fetus, fully mummified.
So did she have like a coffin birth or something?
I think she might have.
Oh my God.
I know. And apparently this fetus mummy is the youngest mummy ever.
Like in the world?
Hmm?
Oh my God.
I know.
Can I see it?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the mom and the baby.
Oh.
Is that not wild?
I didn't expect the skull of the baby to be that large.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I think I keep picturing in my head that they're going to look like mummies, like wrapped mummies.
Okay, so that is something to be said. They're terrifying looking. And I'm not trying to be rude, but
They're very scary.
very scary. But again, they weren't prepared to be a mummy. They were buried quickly because of this cholera outbreak. But yeah, I've never seen a pregnant mummy.
No.
There are tons of different mummies there, some with their burial clothes still on, some more intact than others, and some displayed with their original coffins. So you took the coffin out of the tomb just to display it. What is this?
You're all in big trouble.
Okay. Also, another reason why they look pretty horrifying is because the jaw muscle opens up after they die. Because they weren't embalmed or prepared to be a mummy. And so they all look like they're fucking screaming. Okay. And it's...
Imagine walking through there. Okay, picture you didn't know it was a museum or something. You just walk through there at night. You just are stranded there. It's so scary.
so scary. But there are some stories that say many of the mummies were once people who were buried alive. One woman in particular, named Ignacia Aguilar, was buried here and is now displayed. She had a disorder that made her heart stop or appear to stop. I guess it had stopped for over a day, and her family was like, she's dead. She's absolutely dead.
God.
So they buried her, and then she was taken out because they couldn't pay the tax. And they had found that she had flipped herself over face down, and she was biting on her arm.
Oh, no.
There was a ton of dried blood all over. So I think she was trying to get out.
Or maybe trying to cut an artery or something.
Totally. Okay, here's a picture.
I'm I think I'm actually good on pictures now. I don't know if I want to see more.
The man in the middle drowned.
Yep, they're not looking so hot.
Nope, not looking so hot. Look at her.
She's like, ah! Get me out of here.
I know.
God, they need to put them back at this point.
I know. It has become such a huge tourist attraction. Okay, but I guess these mummies battled luchadors in some 1970s horror movie. All of the mummies. We have to find the footage of this.
Oh, it's probably haunted.
I know. And then, it's been in like books and short stories, but on National Geographic, and this made me feel a little bit better about it. They have a whole article on it, and it says what to do with the mummies. Quote, the INAH study, launched in February, spurred by complaints about the proposed new museum and alleged mistreatment of the mummies. Critics took issue with the city government ferrying the fragile bodies to out-of-town conventions and scandalously displaying them in one of Guanajuato's underground tunnels during a car rally.
What?
The INAH project has San Milan's team digging through 19th and 20th century death certificates, church documents, and newspapers to identify the mummies. Forensic methods, X-ray, DNA analysis of hair, teeth, or skin, could even link the remains to present-day Guanajuatans. They should be treated like human bodies, says San Milan. This means, he says, that if a previously unknown mummy turns out to be someone's great-great-grandfather and the descendant disapproves of it being on display, it'll be reinterred immediately and without any problem.
Good. 100%. I'd be furious if I found out they were making money off of my relative.
Oh, absolutely. Then it says INAH scholars and other experts hope the new study improves how the mummies are showcased and gives them new recognition as cultural artifacts. Updating the museum's climate control and storing the bodies horizontally instead of vertically could also help with preservation. Duh.
What kind of museum is this? Is this like a Ripley's Believe It museum, or is it like a beautiful Natural Museum of History type museum?
I think it's a little bit in between, but it is like one of the biggest money makers for them. It is the biggest tourist attraction there. The article goes on to say, and I think it said perfectly, that these are just regular people who are repositories of information about the period they lived in. They walked these streets. They went to the old market. They shouldn't be a freak show.
I agree.
There's
again about like even I remember when we did the Mutter Museum episode, just talking about like all the different skulls, and they're like, well, we're, now trying to do DNA tests. I think a lot of museums are starting to question the ethics and are like, oh, what should we do with these people? There are certain things where like you understand there's like learning behind it. You know what I mean? Like there's things we can learn from these bodies or study to know why human beings are the way that they are. But that's if the bodies are donated respectfully, or if it's like somebody who was a child killer. I don't put their body on display. Who cares? But
yeah. I was going into this thinking that it was going to be like that one I talked about a few weeks back in Italy, the mummies there.
Oh, yeah, the ones who like looked alive still.
Yes, and they like paid to get in. Like they wanted this alive. They had the consent to do it. Like this is what they wanted.
I also pictured them to look different than they do.
I know. This is straight up like,
we pulled you out of the ground. We propped you up.
Because you couldn't pay your grave tax.
That's, I think, what makes me feel especially icky about it is knowing that like the only reason they're not buried is because their families could not afford.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think of the man who probably lost his pregnant wife and couldn't afford the taxes. How humiliating and heartbreaking would it be to know that she's just propped up in a museum somewhere?
I know. It's one of those things that like it is incredible to see.
Oh, of course.
Right? And it like,
well, and it's
fascination is like, holy shit.
We want to see the pictures. We want to see it all.
We want to know the stories, but there is an ethics issue for sure.
And we're not the problem. Okay.
But so incredibly interesting, and I'm so glad we looked into it.
Oh, yes. Shout out to your mother-in-law for that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's talk about how we can memorialize people the proper way, okay?
The ethical way, okay.
Okay, with a little obituary.
This is fucking, get ready for this. Martha Doherty Sparks, 80, of Beaumont, Texas, finally ceased badgering her alleged sons on what they should do with their lives on April 2nd of 2023. To make sure things were complicated, she died in Houston, Texas, at the MD Anderson Cancer Center, forcing her two sons to pay for her to have an understandably awkward Uber ride back to her home in Beaumont.
Love her already.
But Martha didn't go without a fight, nor without full makeup and bright red lipstick.
Ooh, my kind of girl.
A final gathering for creditors to meet our friends and confirm we don't have any money left will be held from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Monday, April 10th, 2023, 2 days ago.
Oh.
At Claybar Kelly Watkins Funeral Home in Beaumont. A celebration of Martha's life and COVID Jamboree will be held at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, April 11th at the First United Methodist Church in Beaumont. Yes, Martha was Catholic, but as with any long relationship, it's complicated.
That was like one of my favorites, I think.
It's not done.
Oh.
Oh, honey, we're just getting started.
Oh, boy.
Following the service, guests and process servers are invited to attend what is sure to be a great party at the home of her alleged son, Mark Sparks, and then it gives the address. Anyone wearing a wire is asked to stay 1,000 feet away from Mark so there are no more misunderstandings. Born on August 20th, 1942 in Beaumont, Texas, Martha was the favorite and also the least favorite, since she was the only one, daughter of Denton Doherty and Catherine Doherty. Growing up, Martha claimed to have an imaginary friend named Gimbal, whom she would push in the swing. Psychiatrists in the 1950s, in between cigarettes and more cigarettes, quickly determined through leeches and electric shock therapy that Gimbal wasn't real. And then informed Martha that she really had no friends at all. It's so fucking good. Undeterred, Martha found her soon-to-be husband, James Jimmy Sparks Jr., whom those same psychiatrists, in between even more cigarettes, fortunately confirmed was indeed real but insane. Ever the optimist, Martha chose the actually insane over the imaginarily mundane and married Jimmy. Martha worked hard to put Jimmy through law school, then later worked less hard as a homemaker for a few years until her lackluster children were born.
Oh, no.
Whereupon she quickly and quite reasonably lost interest in parenting. Martha, completely unqualified for the job, became a bail bondsman, where she did her part to make sure soon-to-be felons remained at large while awaiting trial. You're welcome, Beaumont.
Oh my God.
Martha's hat selection often betrayed her mood. When she wore them, she was certifiably crazy. Martha was a staunch defender of animals and animal rights, loving all creatures big and small, and to a considerably lesser extent, also loving her two boys that continued to pester her for attention and an occasional microwaved meal. Martha was an ally and advocate for LGBTQ, believing that all were created equal in love and life. She faithfully supported the Wounded Warriors Project as well as Meals on Wheels, regularly donating the tens of dollars she managed to save by using coupons at Kohl's. Martha donated much of her time to delivering meals for Meals on Wheels, and she did it in a black convertible sports car.
Ooh.
With her fierce attitude, red lipstick, and inability to drive the speed limit, she and her sports car are sure to be missed by most of the traffic cops in town. Martha regularly got speeding tickets, once getting 2 tickets from the same cop at the same location on the same day.
Oh my God.
These were clearly political arrests, but her liberal agenda only blossomed. Martha managed to put up with this earth longer than her parents, Denton and Catherine Doherty, as well as her off-again husband, James Spark Jr. Those left to cherish her memory and inherit her expired Kohl's coupons include her son, Jimmy Sparks, wife Kristen, and other son, Mark Sparks, and former partner, Johnny Nguyen. Martha thought her 2 kids were okay, but her favorite child, her dog, was Kaiser. Kaiser stands to inherit the vast estate of expired Kohl's coupons, along with various weird things she found at estate sales, which will now once again be sold at another estate sale. It's the circle of life. She's also survived by her grandchildren. I don't know how to name all of the children, but it lists all of her survived bys in there, and then it says Martha had countless friends, some of whom were not even imaginary. It lists all of her friends, it says, with other numerous names I'm sure we missed, but the apple of Martha's eye was Will Abshire, the son she always wanted but never had, and his husband, Chris Gonzalez. Will and Martha developed a very close and loving relationship. Martha loved Will without reservation, without judgment, without hesitation, and without qualification. Martha insisted Will was like a son to her and took him in as one. That's okay, because Martha's 2 boys insisted she was almost like a mother to them, too. In a totally passive-aggressive move, Martha's ne'er-do-well sons booked an overly large venue to make it look like no one showed up to her funeral.
It's so funny.
Some flowers are welcome to dull the blow of that emptiness, but if charity is your gig, and it is tax season, the family suggests skewing towards Martha's causes, the Humane Society, Wounded Warriors, Southeast Texas Food Bank, or Human Rights Watch. In memory of Martha, the family asks that you put on your hat, your makeup, man or woman, it's all good, some Rolling Stones, and then say something weird that pops into your hat-laden head. Then, love life, love others, and love without judgment. Live and love like Martha did, and remember that you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might just find you get what you need.
Oh my God, that is my all-time favorite
It's my favorite obituary.
obituary.
It is my favorite obituary we have ever done on the show.
Ever.
I love a scathing obituary. I love a shit-talking obituary. I love a scandalous obituary. But my God, Martha, hats off to the fucking sons who wrote that. I mean, that is incredible.
Oh my God, I feel like I can't even follow that one.
It's
Do I even
incredible.
follow it?
I don't even know.
I don't think I can.
Should we just end it there?
Truly, that was the most incredible, funniest. Like, I didn't want it to end.
I wanted it to keep going. Well, the only thing I did cut out was all the names. Okay, but that's also because it's brand new. I want to protect people's privacy.
I have an obituary, a great one lined up right now. I'm looking at it and I'm like, this will be a disservice to this person.
Okay.
Not even kidding you. I'm sorry.
No. Should we move on?
Yes.
Okay, all right. In an obituary first.
How do you beat that?
You know what? I want Martha to have her own. I want her to be the star.
She's the
of
star.
episode.
And I'm going to go home and read it again. Like, it was so good.
It literally, I have not felt so invigorated by an obituary
Me neither.
in such a long time. I mean,
She is.
we talk about a lot of good ones. Of course, we feel emotions with all of them, but come on.
I've never laughed this hard.
No, it was so good. Okay.
Wow.
Well, we've spun in our coffins.
Okay, we have bitched an amazing obituary.
I bitched my obituary.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's time for some dumb
Ask
criminals. Oh, it feels dangerous. Like
I
we're doing something
know.
bad.
This is not going to be a common occurrence, but how can it not with her?
I know. She needed her own.
She did.
We got this one sent in by a Geoff named Chloe who wrote, "Hello, Spencer, Madison, and the pups. My name is Chloe. You can use my..." Actually, she wrote your name first. I just auto-corrected it in my head. "Hello, Madison, Spencer, and the pups. My name is Chloe. You can use my name if you wish, and I've been introduced to your podcast about 6 months ago by a friend. As a fan of all things occult, I absolutely love everything that you guys discuss, and the podcast has brought many hours of laughter, information, and entertainment. I hope this email finds you well. There was a crazy story that broke out from my hometown in Amarillo, Texas, that I just know you guys would love." She tells what it is, and I'm going to read it, and then I'll come back to her email. This is from Kiss FM 96.9, Amarillo's #1 hit music station, baby. I feel like we need one of these. Thank you, 96.9. They said, "Reign of fleshy terror ends for habitual exhibitionist in Amarillo."
Oh no, here we go.
Quote, "The power of social media is a great and terrible beauty, and few things can illustrate its raw power better than the recent viral sensation that is a tattoo shop's public plea to identify a brazen habitual exhibitionist who made their downtown Amarillo shop part of his daily routine. Timothy Mary, a Puppeteer Inc. tattoo studio, made his post in the late afternoon of Wednesday, March 22nd. Within hours, he had more information than he could have ever imagined, and the phone number of a detective with the Amarillo Police Department's Special Victims Unit. It says, funny nickname, unfunny exhibition. While the nickname may be humorous, the details surrounding the Polk Street wanker are deeply unsettling. According to Timothy, the first incident took place on February 15th. A large black truck came down 5th Street with the windows down and sunroof rolled back. The driver had chosen to forego pants. While he wore a shirt, his nether regions were clearly meant to be the star of the show."
Mm-hmm.
The tattoo studio is located on the 2nd story of the building, and the large windows of the shop offered the perfect bird's eye view. Then, as soon as he appeared, he turned right on Polk Street and was gone. We just thought it was a crazy thing that happened or whatever, Timothy said. Well, the next day we see the guy again. The tattoo artist had been getting ready to do a tattoo when he looked out the window and saw the large black truck pass by the second-story window of the shop. He goes on to describe that he saw the man furiously pleasuring himself, quote, like he had a vendetta against his penis.
Oh, no.
In the moment of shell-shocked belief, Josh, one of the other artists, gave the brazen stranger the catchy moniker of the Polk Street Wanker. The sightings of the bare-bottomed marauder became more frequent, and it became clear that the exhibitionist had a routine. He could be counted on to come down 5th Street, turn left on Polk. According to Timothy and the other artists at the shop, the driver frequently circled the block several times, making prolonged eye contact with whomever was in the window as he rolled past. He would make it a point to make serious, creepy eye contact with my wife and our piercer, Timothy says. Oh, jeez. Catching the Polk Street Wanker on video was a task that proved trickier than expected. We'd been trying to get a video of this guy for a while, Timothy said, but he's like the most elusive guy. Every time he came, like I'm tattooing or I've got gloves on or everyone's too busy to get their phone out. But that day, we fucking got him.
Oh, my God.
He made the post with one request. If you know this man, please let me know so we can hold him. And then there's an update that an arrest warrant was issued on March 24th, and as of March 28th, the individual has surrendered to authorities and was booked in and out of Potter County on charges of public indecency.
Oh, my God.
So back to the email, it says, there's a crazy story that broke out from my hometown in Amarillo, Texas that I knew you guys would love. A man had been driving around our downtown area, windows down, and openly masturbating. He's done this at the same time every day for over a month. The man has been terrorizing our downtown area with his penis, LOL.
He's a menace.
The town has dubbed the guy the Polk Street Wanker. I'm including photos and videos captured of the man in action. I hope you two get as much of a kick out of this as I did. Feel free to laugh, use it on the podcast, or whatever you want. I think this guy is definitely worthy of a dumbass criminal title. Love the podcast. Keep doing your thing. You guys are awesome, Chloe.
Oh, my God.
Chloe, incredible. Thank you for bringing us
Chloe,
joy.
thank you.
Keeping our laughs going today.
Oh my God. Okay, well, they're going to keep going because I have a dumb criminal that just happened a couple days ago, actually.
Uh-oh.
And the smokinggun.com obtained the actual police report. So I'm going to read that, okay?
Let's hear it.
It says, hit the victim with the wings. The defendant advised during the argument the victim had his phone and he wanted it back. The victim wouldn't give it back. He went to the bedroom where their baby was sleeping. He said this was done to get her attention on the baby to get his phone back. The defendant advised he then exited the bedroom to get his phone, and when he returned, the door was locked. He advised that he had asked the victim to unlock the door and let him in. The defendant said when she didn't open the door, he began banging on the door, telling her to open the door. Post Miranda, the defendant continued to state that he did not intend to hit the victim with the wings.
What's going on here?
All right, so let me go over to the New York Post, who wrote an article about it. It says, a Florida man allegedly threw chicken wings at his wife as the couple quarreled over his suspected lover.
Oh, baby.
Evidence of the wing attack could still be seen when officers arrived at the home and saw the wife with sauce under her chin and neck area.
Oh, no.
As well as on the thin shoulder strap to her shirt.
Was she the attacker or was he?
He was.
So she took the phone and ran and hid or something and went through it. Oh, been there.
Oh, yeah. The domestic disturbance in Wildwood began Sunday night when Robert Francis, 39, and his wife began to argue about him having an apparent lover. The victim advised during the argument the defendant began asking for some money so he could go to a local gambling establishment and meet with the lover. At some point during the argument, the defendant grabbed and threw a takeout box of wings. Some of the wings hit the woman in the right shoulder and under her chin. The explosive argument carried on with Audette at one point blocking his wife from reaching their baby in another room and then forcing her to hide in a closet.
Well, we don't like that. If you have a baby involved, you can't just be throwing fucking chicken wings, you dumbass.
I know. When the suspect left the bedroom, the wife quickly locked the bedroom door, causing him to bang on it, and he chucked the chicken wings.
How
That was his news.
thoughtless. You're going to waste chicken wings too? I hope your little whore was worth it, okay?
Okay. It says he admitted to throwing the wings, but didn't mean to hit his wife, so...
Fuck.
The chicken wing.
Oh my God.
God, imagine the sauce. You'd probably look at it and think it's blood. It's
So
chicken
upsetting.
sauce.
Upsetting.
No, throwing anything, even if it's a chicken wing, is not right.
It's not right. Okay. Truthfully, when we recorded this, we just got home from being gone. All of our P.O. box stuff is in my garage right now, but we do have a box that Madison picked up today.
Yes, and I cannot wait. It says on the side of it, like written in Sharpie, not a gavel.
Well, we still have a lot of gavels to open.
We do. We sure do. This says it's from Jamie
Where?
on the outside.
Here, I'll read the letter.
Okay.
It says, Madison and Spencer. Hi, girlies. Hi. I listen to a bitch while I throw pottery. So enjoy these handmade fruits of my obituary-fueled labor, dishwasher, microwave, and oven safe. In one of your episodes, Madison's dumbass criminal was a guy who stole a vehicle belonging to Sugar Plum Bakery in Virginia Beach and left a trail of Little Debbie wrappers, leading the police to them. I happen to live in the area, and Sugar Plum is my favorite bakery. I stopped by the bakery and picked up these doggo treats for all of your babies to share. Keep doing what you love, because I love what you're doing. Love, JP, also known as the Clay Witch.
Oh,
What is
my
in here?
God. Okay, wait. Sugar plum dog treats, peanut butter barkers. How cute.
So cute.
Thank you for that. What a connection, a dumb criminal connection.
I love it. Oh my God.
Oh my.
These are beautiful.
These are incredible. Holy shit. How'd you do that? Okay, wait.
Okay, the Instagram is at clay_witch_.
Oh my God. These are incredible.
God, they're
I'm going to drink my
beautiful.
coffee out of this tomorrow.
I want to keep yours too.
I know. I
actually.
want yours.
I'm like, I would actually like to keep both of them. Holy shit, these are so cool. We'll post
Oh.
a picture of them for you guys.
These are really cool.
I love them. Oh my
Okay, I'm going to go
God.
take a picture of them right now.
And if you guys want to make us mugs, please. Oh, those are so beautiful. Thank you so much, JP, our little
She
clay
paint
witch.
these?
Yes, they're incredible.
I feel like she painted this on. Holy cow.
Incredible. Thank you so much. If you guys have stuff you want to send us, you can send it to P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California, 90807.
And check out everything on obituarypodcast.com.
Oh, it's where everything is. Okay, you want a cameo? You want to join our Patreon? It's all on there.
You want to see a tweet?
Yeah. Do we have that on there?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I love
Got
it.
it all.
Oh, baby, we've got everything. You want to see more? We got it there. You want to see us live in person
Hey.
on our tour? Guess what? That's where you're going to go get your tickets.
Oh my God. We cannot wait to see you.
But we got to go fill these mugs.
Uh-huh.
And that's where we're going to leave it for the week with this erratic ass episode. We really fucking talked about so much, I feel like, today.
I know.
Oh my God. Give
Oh
us
my God.
Oh, let us go, Hollywood. Okay.
Okay, honey, let us go.
All right. We love you guys. We'll see you next time for some more coffin spinners.
Obituaries.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
I didn't like that.
Obituaries?
And dumb.
Ass.